Good morning, one and all. I am really happy to be part of this technical seminar series. More than a technical seminar, I am taking this as an opportunity to share my personal experiences, which I learned or which I earned during this lockdown days while conducting online sessions. So before getting into the technical details, I think it will be useful if I am sharing some personal experiences. Since I'm an advisor also, I got a chance to conduct online meetings with students as well as parents, along with lecture sessions. So I have used different online platforms. So first I used one particular platform. Then after two meetings, one of my students, he called me and asked me, ma'am, can you please shift the platform? So I asked, what happened? Is there any issue? Then he said, ma'am, we are hearing that it is already hacked. So how can we share our personal ID, personal Gmail ID? So can you please shift it, or otherwise I am forced to create a dummy Gmail ID. So I said, yeah, I will check on it and I will take an action. Then I asked, are you doing any online courses? Yes, ma'am, I'm doing one online course. Which one? I'm doing hacking. So I got shocked. Then I thought it's better to shift the platform again. So I shifted to a new platform. So I got a chance to use two different platforms. Then my perception is like when you're taking a class, the class should be interesting, at the same time interactive. So we will make so many plans for that. But at the time when we enter into the class, the things immediately comes into our mind is like, first we will take the attendance, then we will give problems, take a brief summary about last class, then we will give problems. We are in a hurry to give more problems, derive the equation, and at the end what happens? Actually, 20%, at least 20%, we can generate interest. We are not bothered about interest. We are in a hurry to cover the portions. But for an online class, the proportion should get reversed. 80% you should give to generate interest. Because due to bandwidth issues and network problems, we have to mute our microphone and camera. So we are not able to ensure that they are physically present at the other side. They are attending the class. So there is no other way. We have to create genuine interest. In my personal case, the subject which I am handling this semester is computer vision for S6 computer science. It's an elective course. And it's a combination. First three modules are image processing. The remaining three modules are about machine learning. And it's a difficult subject. So it was a very tough task for me to generate an interest in students. And I discussed with my peers, my friends and faculties. So they suggested me one platform. And that is what I am going to discuss here specifically. So first, I will show you some common online platforms available. Then I will show you in specific the one which I used. And it is a very easy, accessible and simple platform, that is Google Meet. Hope all of you are aware about it. So first I will show you the platforms which are available. So these are the commonly available platforms. I haven't gone through each one separately, but I got an idea about different ones. And the commonly used ones are Google Meet, Zoom, Skype, Microsoft Teams, GoToMeeting, Cisco WebEx. These are the commonly used ones. And just before, we have seen that electronics department, they used WebEx. Actually, our ASAP classes they're taking on WebEx. But I discussed with some of the students. Before taking an online class, I have discussed with students and faculty. So some of the students said, when we are using WebEx, we have to install something. Many things we have to install, and it is not that compatible with mobile phone. I got that kind of a feedback. Then Skype, there is an entry restriction, number of students, that entry is restricted. Then Zoom. In media, we are hearing that the data are almost hacked. I'm not sure. I don't have any personal experience, but we are hearing that. And then the best option is Google Meet. And why? Because it is from Google. That is the answer. So I am going to show you Google Meet in specific. So before conducting an online class, normally these kind of questions comes in our mind. how many students can be accommodated, how long I can conduct an online class, how often I can conduct an online class, is it secure, whether my data is secure. So all these questions comes in our mind. And when I ask these questions to myself and with my friends, and I got so many options, but the majority vote goes to Google Meet. That's why I'm going to take Google Meet. And these are the features of Google Meet. And there is no need to explain each one separately. And we have a G Suite account. Our mails are in Google domain. So we have a G Suite account, G Suite integration. So many of the features are available and it's very easy to use. All the features, all the facilities, what we need are available in Google Meet. So I will give you a demo. Now it is integrated in our mail account. At the right side, when you click on, I will show you that. I hope you can see my mail. So at the top right corner, you can see 9 dots. So there you can see Google Apps. Google Apps like calendar, sheets, slides, everything you can see there. You can see Google Meet. And also you can see on the left side, there are options, start a meeting, join a meeting. Okay, so here also you have options. And here, meeting of Google Meet icon is there. So you can start it. And if you want to schedule a meeting, here is no option for that. You have to access another Google. I think you're following me. So we have an option called Meet here. Just click on that. Then Google Meet will be opened. So there you have options like join a start or meeting. And here nothing is scheduled. So for scheduling that, you can again go and you can access the calendar here, Google Calendar. Then today is 13th May. So if I want to share a meeting, if I want to schedule a meeting, just right click here. Then you can type the meeting title. Suppose it's 6 CSC meeting. Then here you have options for adding guests. You have options to set time. Then more options. Again, you can set notifications. So the notification automatically comes into the guest mail also. You can set it. You can create number of notifications. Maybe if you want to notify the guest before 10 minutes, before 30 minutes, before 45 minutes. There are so many options. Then I am saving it here. Then if I want to edit, I can do it here. Then I will create one more. I am adding my personal Gmail ID here. So there will be a question, since I am not inside, my personal Gmail ID is not part of our G Suite. So it's not possible to add my account here in calendar. So it's okay, I'm sending. So once I got the invitation in my personal mail ID, I have to accept it. Then only it will be added to my account. Then, so it's saved. So you can see here, when you open the Google Meet, now I scheduled a meeting, you can see here. Initially it was not there. Now it is 4 p.m. at 6 CSC. You can see here the meeting scheduled. So automatically the invitation will reach the guest mail ID. And if he add it into his own Google Calendar, he will get the notification. He has to add it in his own Google Calendar. He will get the notification. And then another option. If I don't want to schedule a meeting, I want to start a meeting immediately, I can join a meeting here. Again, I can give a name here. Joining, and before starting a meeting, you should turn off your camera and microphone, mute microphone. That will be better because you are in home. Then join now. So you will get a meeting ID. So you can add people here. There are so many options. Either you can add people here, or you can copy this joining information. And we have Hangout here, Google Hangout here. Google Chat option is there. And if you want, there are so many options. It will send mails automatically. Other than that, if you create a chat group, you can create a group here, and you can post this invitation into that group and send. So it will reach the group. So you can use the Google Hangout feature. Then inside Meet, there are so many features like turn on captions, present now. So turn on captions means hello. It's typed there. Whatever you are speaking, it will be typed there. Then I can turn off it. Then if I want to present, if I want to share a screen, you can share your entire screen or a window or a Chrome tab. So the difference is entire screen means everything in your system you can share. So if I am sharing entire screen means that particular screen is shared. This particular screen is shared. Then my PowerPoint is here. So if I want to share a window, if I want to share my PowerPoint, share screen, if I want to share my PowerPoint, here is an option I can share. So students can see my PowerPoint in their window. So that is screen sharing. Then if you want to share a tab, Google tab, Chrome tab, that also possible. Then if you want to record your meeting, you can record it here. Since you are recording, it will ask permission from all others. Then accept. It will take time. And now it's recording. Hello, I'm taking a seminar on tips or techniques to use effective learning platforms. Now I can stop recording. So once you stopped, it will automatically saved into Google Drive. That is one of the advantages of using Gmeet, because everything is aligned with Google and we all are familiar with all the applications of Google. So everything is easily accessible. So it will automatically saved into your Google Drive. So here my drive is here. So there will be a folder, Meet recordings, it will be created automatically. So you can see that meeting here. It's not the present one, it is the previous one. It will take time to save here. So after 5 or 10 minutes, it will be saved here. It's the previous one. So that is the recording option. So these are the main features available in Google Meet. So there are cheat sheets available in this particular site. Google cheat sheets available. So you can use the cheat sheet for getting familiarized with the procedures. It's a PDF. So these are some tips or points to be remembered while taking online sessions. No need to explain all. You are familiar with everything. So this is my experience with Google Meet. Till now, I have conducted more than 4 sessions in Google Meet. And one of the things I felt was I was able to take class around 1.5 hours without any interruption, because it was a problem-based subject. So I have to give problems, students how to solve it. I have to derive equation. So it's not possible to comprehend everything in 30 minutes. So I need time. So that is why I opted this. So I started a class day before yesterday and started at 4 o'clock and I finished it at 5:45. And students were also interacting. So I think it's a really good platform to use. And it's also useful for people who are having slow net connection. Students suggested me that some of the students, while I'm using another application, they will get disrupted. But when we use Google Meet, it is really smooth. So I prefer Google Meet. And this is about my experience.